Hey, what's up guys? Gary Walker here and welcome back for another video. This video, I'm gonna share with you some of my biggest secrets, tips, tricks to make sure you're avoiding muscle building mistakes. As you guys know, the guys that have been following me along on my bulking journey, I'm trying to build more muscle. I'm currently been doing this for a couple months. I'm still trying to grow. I got about 5 more pounds I'm trying to add before I get into my cutting phase, all right? It's been 8 years since I've done an actual bulk, so I'm pretty excited about things. I like how I'm feeling. I like the energy that I have. I had to make a couple cutbacks just so I'm not overtraining because as you guys know, I film YouTube videos as well. So not only am I working out, but I'm doing some workout videos. So I'm gonna share with you in this video the biggest mistakes people make when they are trying to bulk. I'm gonna give you 6 mistakes that are very common, all right? Before I get into those though, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, man. Also, make sure you click on that bell icon. That way you get notified every time I upload a new video. Mistake number 1, and I see it far too often, man, is just not eating enough calories, not eating enough food. Your body can't grow no matter how hard you work out. If you're not fueling your workouts, you're not fueling your recovery. If you're not eating in a caloric surplus, you're not gonna grow. So you gotta make sure you're eating enough food, but quality food. That doesn't mean go to McDonald's and get you a couple burgers, go get a large pizza, go get a bunch of donuts. You wanna fuel your body with quality nutrients. I'm talking lean protein sources, good complex carbs. But the cool thing is when you're bulking, you've got a lot of options to choose from. It's not like you're trying to get lean, then you kind of condense how many types of protein you can eat, how many different types of complex carbs you can eat, or essential fats. Right now, you've got a lot to choose from. So let's take advantage of all those good food sources out there. Just make sure you're eliminating the processed foods as much as you can. Eliminate a lot of the fast foods. It doesn't mean you can't have those, just have them in moderation because you wanna make sure that your growth is coming from quality growth, all right? You don't wanna be adding a bunch of fat to your body. Second mistake people are making is trying to lift too heavy, all right? When you're trying to bulk, you're trying to create more muscle growth on your body, it's not about just getting strong and becoming a power lifter. That's not the goal. If it is, then this video is not for you. This video is for you guys that are trying to put on size, put on mass as quick as possible, and good quality gains. So if that's what you wanna do, then you gotta increase those reps slightly, lower the weight slightly. So you don't wanna be doing 3 to 5 reps and constantly working in that rep range because guess what? That's gonna get you really strong, but it's not necessarily gonna put a lot of size on your body. You will grow, but not optimally. So I want you to maximize your muscle gains while you're trying to build more muscle, while you're trying to bulk. So that's what I'm trying to do as well. So I'm not focused on the lower reps. The other thing that happens when you're going lower reps all the time, 2 things actually. One is you're overstimulating your central nervous system. So it's easy to overtrain when you do that. It's easy to burn out. You don't feel like working out. You start getting lazy. You start skipping workouts, start skipping meals. That's the last thing I want for you guys, all right? So the second thing is injuries. So if you go to the gym and you're feeling elbow pain, shoulder pain, knee pain, back pain, then you're probably lifting too heavy or you're not following the best program. So we'll get into that one in a minute. But lifting too heavy is one of the things you need to avoid. I've got another video, a part of this series where I break down what I'm currently doing with my workouts. Make sure you check that one out because I go into detail about the hypertrophy rep range that I recommend and the one I'm currently following, all right? Third, working out too much. I know you're trying to grow, but going 7 days a week isn't gonna help your cause. You're not growing when you're in the gym working out. You're growing when you're at home recovering from your workouts. So with that said, typically I recommend 5 days a week. And it doesn't have to be 5 straight days. Some guys, if they work out 3 straight days, then they're maxed out. They need a recovery day. 3 days on, 1 day off. Then you can do another 3 days on, another day off. So there's a lot of ways to structure the recovery day. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure you're at least taking 1 full day off, possibly 2. If you're somebody that wants to work out 6 days a week, that's currently what I'm doing, but I've built up to the 6 days, all right? I went from the 4-day-a-week training, the 5-day-a-week training, so I'm just entering my 6-day-a-week training. But when you do that, you've got to structure your body parts different. You've got to make sure you're recovering from your shoulders, from your elbows. It's not just about muscle recovery. For instance, if you're working chest on Monday, you're working shoulders on Tuesday, back on Wednesday, you go into legs and you go into another chest workout, you hit shoulders on chest day, shoulders on shoulder day, you even work shoulders on back day, all right? Because it's a multi-purpose joint. So if you do that 3 times and you go into another chest workout, you're hitting shoulders again. Even though your mind is saying, I'm just building chest, your shoulders are getting a ton of work. Not only shoulders, but elbows. So that typically is what happens when you don't follow a structured program, yet you're working out too many days a week. You're not allowing rest for your joints. Because again, everyone thinks when I talk about taking breaks, taking rest periods, it's only about the muscle. That's one component. The other is the joints. You gotta rest these joints, man, because at the end of the day, you get a joint injury, it's going to set you back for a while. The next thing is the scale. Don't only look at the scale when you're trying to grow, because the scale isn't gonna show everything that's going on. Just because you add 5 pounds in 2 weeks doesn't mean you did everything right. What if those 5 pounds came from fat? So one thing I do recommend is not only a visual inspection through pictures, not just looking in the mirror, because when you see yourself in the mirror constantly, you don't really see the subtle changes. You don't see them because they're incremental. When you're every week, every 2 weeks, even every 3 weeks, it's hard to see physical changes. But take pictures, front shot pictures relaxed, front flexed. Make sure you do sides, both sides, a back shot relaxed, and a back shot flexed. Take all of those, and that's what you need to make comparisons off of. Start looking everywhere to see if you see changes. Not only pictures, but measurements are crucial. So the tape measure can tell a lot of things that the weight scale does not tell. So one of the main measurements I like to take, 2 actually in the same area, I like the abs right at the belly button, and then also the belt line, the waist. Measure both of those, because even when you're bulking, you don't want to grow much in that area, okay? You want the growth to be coming chest, shoulders, back, buys, tries, quads, legs. All of those areas is where you want to focus on your growth. If you're measuring everything and you got 1/4 inch here after a month, but you got 2 inches on your waist, then we got to back off of the type of nutrition you're following. You're probably eating too much or the wrong type of macros. So that's one thing you really want to focus on. I really focus on that waist measurement above all else, because yeah, you gained 10 pounds, but how much of it was added to your obliques? How much of it was added to your belly? How much of it was added to your lower back? You don't want to add a ton of fat. So just because we're trying to grow doesn't mean you want just any kind of growth. You don't want fat growth, man. You want quality gains, because it's going to be easier to take the little bit of fat off after you in the bulk process, because we're not going to be bulking forever. We're just bulking to get some good size, and then we're going to strip some of that fat off so you can see everything that you've been building during your bulking phase. Next thing, man, this is a mistake that I see a lot of people make, is trying to fit a fad into their bulking program, meaning trying to go keto while you're trying to bulk, trying to do intermittent fasting while you're trying to bulk. Don't do that crap at all right? If you're trying to bulk, obviously you're not an obese person. Typically when I talk about ketogenic diets, I typically only put obese people on a ketogenic diet. If you don't have a lot of weight to lose, that's not the optimal diet for you to follow. If you're trying to grow as quickly and optimally as possible, that's the last type of diet you need to follow. So you need your complex carbs, you need your good protein sources, you need your good essential fats, you want a little bit of everything. So get your fruits and veggies, all of those things, man. So you really want to focus on quality growth, but optimizing that growth. So stay away from the fad diets. No need to intermittent fast at all when you're trying to grow. You want to immediately as you get up, have a breakfast. Let's start the growth process early. Eat as often as you can, eat good quality foods. Let's really fuel your growth, really fuel your recovery, because those are gonna be key. Last thing I will share with you guys is just not following plan at all. All right, I'm surprised at how many people don't really have an actual plan in place. And I'm talking like me personally, when I have a 16-week goal, I break all of my long-term projects down into 30-day projects. I've got phase 1 for 30 days, phase 2 for 30 days, phase 3 for 30 days, and then phase 4 for 30 days. That's how I structure my 16 weeks. So when I do that, I've got different phases: strength phase, hypertrophy phase. So there's a lot of different phases built within the program. The other thing that allows you to do is make sure you're not overtraining, make sure you're following something that's structured to keep you from damaging your joints, keep you from overtraining your muscle, keep you from overstimulating your central nervous system. So that's the importance of an actual program. I see a lot of people that I'm gonna go Google this workout and I'm gonna do this person's workout. Then I'm gonna Google this other workout for the next month and just start doing every different random workout that don't really lead to anything, because everything should have built-in progressions. That's the key to following a really good program. You want something that's designed to progress from phase 1 to phase 2. Then at the end of phase 2, there's another progression that takes you into phase 3. At the end of phase 3, another progression. So those are crucial, again, to optimize your results. So at the end of the day, these things are what you truly want to avoid. If you stop doing those, get you a good plan, make sure you're eating enough calories, make sure you're eating the right type of macros, make sure you're lifting in the right rep range for hypertrophy, not necessarily strength. Make sure you're taking your rest and recovery days. Start doing all of that crap consistently. You're gonna grow, man. You're gonna grow, you're gonna feel good, you're gonna look good. And what you're doing is building a good foundation, good muscle underneath your current body. You may not be able to see it. The tape measure will show it to you. If you're growing consistently everywhere, your waist is slightly growing, it's okay. If you're not really growing very fast anywhere, but your waist is growing quickly, then you know you gotta make changes because you're getting too fat and not enough muscle during this bulk. So hopefully that helps you out, man. Those are some things that you really wanna focus on. Put this together with the last video that I did. Last video, I gave you some tips for bulking. This one is all about things to avoid when you're trying to bulk. Put those together, go back and watch everything that I've done with this series, because I also give you my actual workouts. I break down my rep schemes, my set schemes, my current workout, my current nutrition. So you can get a lot of information with this series. But if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to comment, man. Comment below and let me know. Also, let me know that you like it by giving me a thumbs up. That really helps me out when I'm looking at different types of videos or topics to film. When I don't get a lot of likes, I typically don't film stuff like that anymore. If I see a video that has a lot of likes, I mark it down and I start doing more videos like that. So you can help me and help determine what type of videos I start filming. But other than that, man, again, I hope this helped you guys out. But that's all that I got. Get busy, get after it. God bless.